Well, good afternoon. Welcome and thanks for joining us today for our new knowledge session. My name is Sandy Ratliff. I'm with Virginia Community Capital. If you're not familiar with us, we are a community development financial institution in Virginia providing lending, investing, and community innovation services. We're happy to partner in this program with the Washington County Chamber of Commerce, the Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator, and the town of Abington to present this business and organizational skill development. If this is your first time, just to let you know the history quickly, this program started in 2004 to support the Washington County Business Challenge, our competitors, to continue to provide them skill training. And it's become one of the oldest running business training programs in Virginia. Now, I wanted to let you know that today's session is being recorded for training and educational purposes. Also, to keep the webinar flowing, we have everyone muted. However, if you have a question for our presenter today, if you will post that in the Q&A section, we will address at the end of the session. I'm now going to turn it over to my co-host today, Nita Farmer, who's the director of the Washington County Chamber of Commerce, to introduce our presenter and serve as our moderator today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce Becky Nave. Becky Nave has been with us for several years, worked with her with different positions that she has served within Washington County and the region. She works with the Virginia Tourism Corporation. She serves as the Destination Development Specialist for the Southwest Virginia region and parts of Virginia Mountain region. Becky works with tourism industry partners to facilitate the development of community-based tourism programs, new product, and tourism-related businesses. She is responsible for providing strategic tourism planning, technical assistance, product development guidance, cooperative marketing advice, and consulting services to communities in Virginia. Becky has over 20 years of experience in community economic and tourism development. She is a graduate of King University with a Bachelor of Business Administration. She has a lovely family and also has 3 grandchildren. So welcome, Becky. So glad to have you.
Great. Thank you so much, Nita. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you for asking me to participate today on Inauguration Day. So what a day it is, a day of history. Let me switch over and share my screen with you so we can get started. Okay, can everyone see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. As Sandy said, and Nita, my name is Becky Nave with the Virginia Tourism Corporation, and we are the official state tourism office for the Commonwealth. And I'm excited to be here today to discuss rebuilding the tourism industry. The coronavirus has had a devastating impact on our tourism and hospitality industries. From the beginning of last March, our team has been working super hard to come up with solutions for how our industry partners can help, how we can assist our industry partners in real time, as well as recovery efforts down the road. So now more than ever, the travel and tourism communities have come together to support each other. And I know there's a lot of you all on the call today that we work with, and to help each other through these most difficult times. Clearly, a lot has changed in the last year. And I know you know this word, you've heard it a lot. Pivot has become the word for 2020. But we're all hopeful with the vaccine being distributed that we can continue to try to return to normal. We hear everyone talking about getting back to normal. I'm sure there's going to be many new things we're going to experience with what we're calling the new normal. It's going to take a while before the new normal becomes our normal again. I was thinking back to the last time our normal changed, And for me, and something that has come top of mind was right after 9/11, 2001. And for those of you all who can remember that, and I'm telling my age, we had to get used to a new normal. At first, there was you didn't have to show your IDs before 9/11. You could walk right up to the counter just a little before your flight and go through minimal security and board. And then we had to get used to a new normal. We had to start arriving 2 hours before our flight, stand in long lines, take off our shoes. You all know the drill. We're limited to 3-ounce bottles in our carry-on. And we've done that for so long now. It's our new normal. It is our normal, not a new normal. So as we look forward, we know there's going to be some changes that come out of this. We don't know exactly what they look like, but we are going to have a normal, and that will feel normal again. And I look forward to that day. I want to share with you some data that came out this week, actually, from Destination Analyst. And this data will be helpful to you when you're thinking about who you're marketing to and when you should market. With the availability and distribution of the COVID-19 vaccines, it is a major factor in the return to normalcy for many travelers. This week, 49.7% say they will avoid travel until the vaccines are widely available. 63.4% believe that COVID-19 vaccines are safe. The infographic here shows the month American travelers expect to get the vaccine. And boomers are most expecting to take the vaccine. 70.9% of boomers say that affirmative, yes, they will take the vaccine. This is compared to 46% of millennials. Over 2/3 of the boomers expect they will be vaccinated by June. And so boomer travelers are far likelier than younger travelers to feel the COVID vaccines are safe. So I thought that was interesting. In terms of what Americans are looking for in travel experiences in 2021, the question was asked in general, how interested are you in taking leisure trips? And right now, scenic beauty, outdoor activities in warm weather, beach destinations and resorts, U.S. national parks and road trips are predominant in their minds. And with the virus still raging, big city and food experiences do not weigh as heavy as they did pre-pandemic. And interest in national parks, mountains, destinations, international destinations has grown compared to when we asked this question in May of 2020. One of the big questions for travel in 2021 is if live events and festivals will be held and if travelers will be willing to attend them. We've got this question over and over. So this week, of those Americans who attend such events, 38.9% say they are missing these events to a significant degree. And right now, over 1/3 say that they would be comfortable traveling to an event by June. The rest say they need more time. So looking at strategies to combat the spread of the COVID-19 at events, how about if all attendees were required to take the COVID-19 test and present a negative test result to enter the event? 45% of American travelers say this would make them feel more comfortable. If all attendees were required to show proof of vaccine, 51% said this would make them more comfortable in attending. Looking specifically at the outlook for the next 3 months, the average number of reported trips in this period is 1.1. This is up a little from last week. In total, 47% of American travelers expect to take a trip in the next 12 weeks. When those that are traveling in this period were asked about destination types they expect to visit, there has been an increase in expectations for travel to cities and beaches, as well as state and regional recreation areas and mountain destinations. Sorry about that. Let me get over here. Now that we have looked at the nationwide, I wanted to drill it down to our audiences in Southwest Virginia. As you know, it's important to know who is coming to an area and what might be some of our opportunities. According to Travel Track America survey, visitors to the Southwest Virginia region spend an average of 3.4 nights and spend on average a little under $600 per trip. And as you will see here, the primary focus of their trip, 47% said visit friends and relatives. And then outdoor recreation, entertainment, sightseeing, pleasure, outdoor recreation, and business. I said outdoor recreation twice. They were all a close second and down. These are all pre-pandemic. But now, looking post-pandemic, number one is still reasons for travel is to visit family and friends. And number two went way up, which is getting outdoors, the outdoor recreation. Many have said they just want to get away. So now is the time to get ready for this post-pandemic rush, whenever that is. People are anxious to get out, including me. I'm more than ready to get out. So hopefully you've been taking this time to revise your marketing plan, or if you're a new business, start a marketing plan. I want to share with you some ideas that once you're ready to receive visitors, some things you can do and what to avoid. Here in developing your marketing plan, first, health and safety must remain priority as you go through. So keep that in mind on everything you're doing. And we're going to touch on each one of these areas. So I'm not going to go through with reading. I'm going to break them down as we go along. So what are you trying to accomplish? Keep this in mind when you're building your marketing plan or revising it. You want to get potential customers to call your business, visit your website, become a Facebook fan. Are you wanting to build brand awareness or educate your audience on your product or service? Or do you want to become known as the best, biggest, fastest, cheapest, and now cleanest place around? That seems to be a priority. Who is your target audience? You'll want to look at it. And I know we've already discussed, we know who's coming. We know that friends and family are coming to visit. So who is your target audience by demographics, geography, needs and wants, now and the future? And then how are you delivering this message? Here are some ways to deliver your message for your website, your search engine optimization, communications, which are your PR and social media, maybe a blog, maybe you do an e-newsletter. And normally we would have trade shows, but those aren't happening right now. But we're going to touch more on these in just a few minutes. And then what are your resources? Right now, everyone has had a budget crunch and are strapped, and many aren't marketing at all right now. So you've got to figure out the best resources for you based on the current time. So could you use your friends and family to help you out? Maybe if you're a business owner, you've got some employees with skills that can help you. Forming partnerships. There's a lot of co-op marketing going on, and I'm going to tell you about some co-op opportunities that we have at VTC in a few minutes. There's local, state, and federal assistance. We know there's been all types of grants through CARES Act and PPP and even grants that we've had through VTC recovery grants. So make sure you're looking at all your options. Make sure you're in contact with your local Chamber of Commerce, your local tourism office, and business association. All these folks can help you. So how will you measure what you're doing? Make sure whatever you're doing on social media or wherever it is, that you're always using hashtags. Maybe you've got a coupon code, a QR code, maybe through your URL. Maybe you're doing customer surveys, could be zip codes, but there's a number of ways that you can measure your performance to make sure you're getting the data collection you need and make sure you have what you need as you move forward. remember, things are always changing, and as everything that we had planned for last year really went out the window. We never had a pandemic on this slide, but this is a new normal for us this year. And in addition to, because of business growth, things change, because of research, things change, because of economic factors, and because of technology, but there's always change. So be prepared. This won't be the last thing that makes us change what we're doing. So we get this question all the time at VTC. Could you share with us the marketing budget? How much should we be spending on what? And so this was pre-COVID. We would have told you to spend 45% on digital, 20% advertising, 20% public relations, 10% printed materials, and 5% trade shows. But now, taking a look at this marketing budget post-pandemic, you will see it's 45% digital, still the top. Advertising, we've cut that to 10%. And right now, that is one of the things that I would say to try, that if you're avoiding something, we're not doing much advertising at all at VTC right now, and just kind of waiting. So 10% there, public relations still at 20%, and then printed materials has went up 20%. And we'll talk more about this in a few minutes and why. And then trade shows are still at 5%. They may come back at the end of the year, maybe this fall. We just don't know what it looks like right now. So digital marketing, as I said, this is where you should be spending the larger percentage of your budget over the next 6 months or so. Work on your content development. During this time, you can be working on your photography, your videography. Creating quality content is to help increase your search engine optimization, and updating this content on a set schedule. Establish a YouTube channel. If you do not have a YouTube channel, make sure you establish one of those. I can't tell you the number of hours we have spent watching destination videos on YouTube. Before we go anywhere, my husband and son always look at destination videos, and we have spent time during COVID, because we've had that time, to dream about places we want to visit, and we've done it through YouTube, and to see what you can experience at those places. So you've got time right now. You want to have these things ready to go for when the time is right and it's safe to have visitors come into your area again. Now is a great time to review your website, update information, add new photos and videos. So some potential updates could be a video showing you cleaning, or showing that you're practicing a safe environment and that your area is safe to come to let them know you're here and you're doing everything you can do to make your business safe and make them feel like it's normal. You can also offer online ordering, or even make sure you have that available on your current website. You've probably transitioned to that during this time. If you haven't, now's the time. And make sure that your website is mobile friendly. We have taken the time to revamp our website at Virginia Tourism. So look out in June of 2021, you're going to see a whole new look to Virginia.org. And it's been an opportunity and kind of that time that we finally had to move forward with that. So stay on the lookout for that. Social media, as you know, is a powerful tool. It has been keeping us all connected during the pandemic, but it also plays an enormous role in helping us get back on track. Social media can be a catalyst to help spread word about you and that you're open for business, and when services are restored and you're back open, to welcome visitors to your community. You've got Instagram, Facebook, influencer marketing, blog writers with thousands of followers. If they do an article on your community, or do a blog post on your business, that could truly help you with increasing your visitation, your search engine optimization, but also have people think of your business and keep it top of mind when they're ready to visit again. Things to consider. It's not about you, it's about getting people to talk to you. So keep that in mind when you're doing any types of social media. It's about getting those conversations started and building relationships with customers. It's about having your customers sell for you. So you can have people, when they visit places, ask them to share your information, ask them to go in and review you on other platforms and give you, whether it's TripAdvisor or anything, ask them to give you a good review. You can set cards up that people can, to remind them when they come in that you're on Facebook, but also for your followers on there, ask them to give you a good review. Ask them, start that, building that relationship with them. And I know we've got a few new folks that signed up for today that have new businesses. So I threw this slide in to talk about Facebook for businesses and how it's important that your Facebook for business is for business and not personal, and keep it totally separate. So this shows just what our Facebook page looks like and how everything helps us with supporting our brand. We got our hashtag there. We're showing our brand in our profile pic. We've got a good description about what Virginia tourism and what the Virginia for Lovers brand means. So keep that in mind when you're creating one for your business, or if you already have one. And then what's the Facebook strategy? What's the purpose of you having that Facebook for your community or for your business? You want to generate interest. And for us at Virginia Tourism, we generate interest in the Virginia travel product by engaging consumers with beautiful imagery, compelling headlines, and brief descriptions. What we want to do is directing consumers to content to learn more and hopefully plan a trip. So hopefully when we post our blogs on our Facebook, they'll take a look at them and then go even deeper and taking a look at a community or think about visiting Virginia. And then So on the Facebook strategy, you also want to make sure that you have good customer service, because it is a time to build that relationship with them. You can post about where you're cleaning and your business is safe. Remember, cleaning and being safe and making that customer, assuring them that they are safe, has been a number one priority with people coming back. So I want to feel like I'm safe coming in. Show us what you're doing to keep it clean. Give us some inspiring stories, anything you can to drive traffic to your business or to your community. Always monitor comments on your Facebook. You want to make sure that you're addressing anything, if it's negative or addressing it, or if it's positive, to thank them or answer any questions. Our Facebook stays full, and even if we just go through and like them, it could take a long time. But if you're building a following, it's super important that you do that. And then to talk a little bit about Instagram, this is kind of like, I get this question all the time, so I wanted to put it in here. So you've made an account, you go business or keep it personal. I see some places that it's a community, but it's actually ends up being their personal account. Keep in mind that if you're getting visitors to follow you, they don't care about personal things, and then vice versa. So make sure that whichever way you decide to go, you do what's best for your business or your community. And right here, you'll see some of the pros for a personal account: keep your account private. It makes it more authentic because the information you're sharing is from you. And you can have multiple accounts to one Facebook page if it's a personal account. Higher visibility. Facebook's made it clear that they value an update made by a friend over one made for a business. And if you don't know why that's said, is they want a business to pay for anything that they do. And then personal account cons, you don't get the analytics. So you don't have that button to push to see who is following your business and what your numbers look like, who's viewing the page. You can't contact, and there's no links within stories. And then business account pros. So one is you can switch back and forth. It's free. You have a contact button on your profile. You get insights. You can promote your posts so more people see them, add links in your stories, and then you can create ads. And you can use the same advertising tool as Facebook to create and track campaigns. And then cons, you must have a Facebook page for your business in order to have an Instagram page. And it has to be labeled as a business. And you don't have organic reach like you do on your personal page, because everything you do for your business page is pay to play. Make sure you have a social media calendar. And right now, everyone's asking, when do we advertise again? What do we do? When do we start promoting? And we just keep, every month, we keep at VTC, we keep reevaluating it. And right now, some of our strategies that we're looking at is going to be probably April, May. But we'll have to reevaluate, because if you'd asked us this time last year, and well, after COVID started, we kept reevaluating it monthly. The vaccine is out and people are getting it, but we're just going to keep reevaluating that as we go along. But this is an opportunity. Make sure that you do have some type of schedule, even if you have to keep revising it monthly. We've had people ask, how do you manage and keep up with all your posts? So this is a number of different places that you can use, and it gives you the cost of what each one costs and how many accounts you can have, where you can make one post and then schedule it out to go, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever ones that you want it to go on. And these are just a few of the companies. There's a zillion out there. We currently use Hootsuite at VTC, but we have been exploring some of the other ones when we switch over to our new website. But these are just some ideas. You may have some that work even better, but I wanted to share that because we get that question a lot on how can we manage it? And I don't have time to do it. You know, you could take Sunday afternoon and plan your post. And then the search engine optimization can be technical and an intimidating term for the keywords you use to get information found. So relevant content is the #1 driver to get you on the first page of the search results. So keep that in mind. 93% of all website traffic is driven by search engines. 85% of searches are done on Google, and 72% relevant content is the most effective SEO tactic. So again, talking about content and making sure that your content is top notch. And we're going to talk more about that in just a minute. So content is king. Content's the #1 driver to get you the results. Search engines, they love unique content, and they will use it to determine what a web page is about and match it up to a page to a search query. So remember to have your content. Right now, you've got time where you can work on this content to have it ready to go. We know friends and family are coming, so have this information ready so you're going to draw people in when the time comes. So we get this question a lot. When is the best time to post? Analyze your data that we talked about to find the answer. And when are your friends, fans, and followers online? You'll need to look at that. Your Facebook Insights, you'll have a tab available to you on your Facebook page. Use it and see when your fans are on Facebook. Good times to post, Saturday and Sunday mornings when we post a lot, and then evenings after dinner are a good time to post. How often should I post? VTC practices for Facebook, we say we do 2 to 3 posts per day, spaced at least 4 hours apart. But if you're a small office, you should only do probably 2 or 3 posts per week. And then large offices, a post a day. Is a Facebook ad worth it? Well, in normal times, I would say yes, if it was an engaging post and we'll get the likes. But right now, we have pulled this type of advertising. And that's one of the things that I would just say avoid for the time being, and wait till it's safe for people to come back. Because you don't want to advertise and tease people and then you're not open, or it's not a welcoming situation. Or also a safe environment. So make sure you're ready when you start advertising. So what are some of the updates you can share on social media? Some of the things that are really standing out and that we're hearing right now is steps you're taking to protect employees and customers, maybe sanitizing workstations, ensuring your employees wear masks and gloves. Gloves are cheap, so make sure your employees are changing those every interaction. And you can share some of that. Assure your customers that they are safe. People are taking a chance by coming back. So make sure that you make them feel safe and everyone's wearing masks and gloves. Educate your locals. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute. But, friends and family, all of our data tells us that friends and family are coming to visit. So do your locals know what to do or what there is to do in your communities for your friends and family? We want to make sure they know you can go to these places. They're open, they're safe. And a lot of things, people are going to be looking for things to do. So make sure you educate your locals. Let them know you're offering, if you're still offering curbside, that's still ongoing. If you're doing online orders, if you've got free shipping. And right now, a lot of businesses have change in hours and business policies. So please make sure that your hours are up to date online, on your website, on Google. I usually immediately will Google a place before we go anywhere to see if they're open. And I can't tell you the number of times that a business has showed that it's open on Google, and then we get there and it is closed and has a sign on the window due to COVID or our hours have changed. It's really easy. So just save people a trip. And also it will be encouraging for people to see that you have your hours up to date. Still running with gift cards. Make sure that you're still pushing those. You can offer deals and say, if you buy a $100 gift card, you get $10 to use later yourself, or whatever the deal is. But gift cards for now and for later. I know during this time, I have bought a slew of gift cards. So people will have them, give them as gifts. And we've also just bought them for us to use at different times to support our businesses. And then uplifting messages. Count down to when you're reopening or when you can welcome visitors back to your community. Thank your customers for coming back. Be sincere. Or just saying, we're doing everything we can to keep you safe during these times. Here's some things that we want to share with you. These are some great tips for bringing back customers that we got from the Roger Brooks, reassuring our customers that they are safe. Reduce the number of touch points. if you can, leave your doors wide open on your business. I know for my area that I'm in right now, it's a little bit chilly to do that. But when the time is and when the weather is right, leave them open. Making sure that you're wiping down your counter, your keypads. Let them see you cleaning. Let them see you wipe it off in front of them every single time. Let them know, wipe off the pen before you hand it to them. All that is super important. Just think how you are when you go somewhere, and then try to treat your customers the same way. Be visual. Add easy to read signage. Let them know what you're doing internally to make it safe and that you're following the CDC guidelines. The CDC actually there's things you can print off to show so that you can hang up in your business. And then also add hand sanitizer. This is an easy thing to have available. And make sure you're using, by CDC guidelines, the ones that are 60% or above in alcohol. And I wanted to share another, I know this one was from right after the pandemic started, on moving forward. Which of these would you want to see in your business, common business practices? And these still stand true today. Make sure that you're showing that you're cleaning, and even put it on your website, whether it's a certified cleaning seal or whatever, to show that you're following all the disinfecting protocols. Your employees are wearing masks, they're wearing gloves, you're doing everything you can to keep your customers safe. Now, let's talk a little bit about Collateral. Make sure all your materials, brochures, rack cards, visitors guides, everything you have are up to date. Right now, you could take the time also to create something new. You could do the best of and do your downtown, or the best of restaurants, or best trails. It could be a rack card that has pictures and locations that's open and ready for visitors. Remember, people, friends and family are coming. So you want to be able to have this out and educate your locals on what's open. And you could do this as a co-op with the businesses in your location. Everyone's on a tight budget, but if you do it as a co-op, it makes it affordable for all. And what are some ways you could distribute it? You could set up some type of box outside your business or in your downtown where visitors can easily access a brochure and not have to come in contact with anybody. Another thing is, one small town had actually sent the rack card with the best of things to do in their downtown out in their town utility bill. So that's something else you could work out that way. And they put a little note on there, and you can see this one. I got this one in the mail a couple of weeks ago, and it says, "Thank you for your continued support." But how about if you put a little sticky note on there? It said, "Please share with friends and family when they come to visit. These are places that are now open and ready to serve you, and they're safe experiences." Or here's some things to do for your friends and family. Remember, educate your local, because right now our friends and family are coming, and we want to make sure that they don't miss opportunities that they could experience in your downtown or your outdoor recreation, your trails, your parks, whatever it is. Make sure that people know what's open. So thinking about the outreach strategy, reaching out to your customers during the COVID-19 crisis depends entirely upon your type of business, your existing relationship with customers, and purpose of communication. If customers are used to hearing from you on a regular basis by email or social media or text message, don't let that relationship drop off. Just be cautious with the messaging and avoid crisis-related promotions. Educate your locals on what you have to offer. Again, I can't express that enough. And let's see. So we're going to talk a little bit about what VTC resources are available. And I think it's, for many of you on here, I know that you're aware of our services, but For any newcomers, I just wanted to touch lightly on them and then also let you know of some opportunities and resources we have through our COVID-19 Tool Kit. So if you're not familiar with some of the things that VTC offers, we have in each one of these areas an entire staff dedicated to these departments. And so if you ever need assistance from us, please let me know. I serve in the Southwest Virginia region, and we have people all over the entire state. So we're happy to help you in any way we can. So what we did in the beginning, we created a COVID-19 industry response toolkit. And in this toolkit, we've tried to put any up-to-date latest news on the COVID-19. So check out this website. I think it would be helpful to you. Also, as a business, we have business assistant resources, and we also have an entire page dedicated. We talked a little bit earlier about budget, but we have a page that talks about loans and grants, and any of those that we have heard about. We've got an entire page on the business assistant resources that shows you everything available across the state, well, nationwide actually, but we show also a lot of local and state resources that are available for businesses. And then I mentioned our CoOp program. So our CoOp program offers simple, affordable, flexible advertising opportunities so our industry partners can participate into impactful media campaigns. So this particular one opened up last July and will close on June 30th this year. And we will have a new one coming available on July 1. And so we've streamlined the one starting for year 21 program to provide a more substantial investment into programs that are more most impactful and also easy to use in order for our partners to enter the market as quickly and successfully as possible. Some of the things in here that you might be interested in now would be the Facebook and the Instagram and the Google. I would say those two, and then also our TripAdvisor are some of the top ones. If you're interested in learning more about these programs, we'd be happy to talk to you offline. I've got the contacts on here for each one of those. And it kind of gives you a description of other benefits we offer through that. But if you would like to talk more about these, please let me know, because there's opportunities here still open, and they will be open through June 30th. And then, like I said, the new one will start, and we're hoping to make it even better next fiscal year. Our LoveWorks program has grown tremendously since COVID-19 hit. Many destinations, many locations have been wanting to build a LoveWork. If you're interested in a LoveWork and being part of our LoveWork program, meaning you build your own Love, we will reimburse you up to $1,500. And right now we do have funding available there. If you're interested and you're in a highly visible area where visitors will come by and take their picture with Love. And if you're interested in this program, please let me know, and I'll be happy to set you up to a very short application. It's just a few questions and would take you less than 5 minutes to fill out. And then we would reimburse you up to $1,500 for the Love. Virginia.org. Like I said, our website is in the process of getting a facelift, and we'll have a new look come July 1 or June. So thinking about what type of listings you can do on here, I wanted to bring this up because this is free. And if you're not listed on here, you need to be. And what types of listings do we accept for free? A business listing, from a park, attraction, lodging, events, tours, exhibits, meeting spaces, wedding venues, any special promos, your itineraries, you can list these on Virginia.org for free. So make sure if you're not on there, or if you are on there, please make sure that your listing is up to date. Everything that we do at VTC, we pull from those listings. And so make sure we're aware of any changes and that all your information is always up to date there. And I have to mention our marketing leverage program. In normal times, we have a marketing leverage grant that will help you with promotion and pay for quite a few things that you do when you're marketing. And so I want to make sure that you are aware. I had to cross it out and say, what was the VTC marketing leverage program? We are not going to have a spring round. But we will be having a round later this year, we hope. I'll have to say that. We are not having a spring round, though, for those of you that usually apply. Due to, of course, COVID, that cut out our spring round. We put a lot of our funding into our recovery grant last year that many received. So moving forward, we hope that the MLP will be back by this fall. So what will an MLP cover? For those of you that do not know, it will cover any of your print, digital, broadcast, outdoor, any of your printing and creative costs. So fulfillment costs, video, photography, production, trade show displays and registrations, and research if it's associated with your project. We get the question a lot all the time, and that's why we created these slides on what it will cover and what it will not cover. I actually think it's easier to say what it will not cover, which is overhead costs. We get asked a lot, will it cover our salary? And nothing like that. We don't pay for signage except for Virginia Civil War trail signage. Promotional items, you can't use it for swag. We can't pay for accommodations. Like I said, we will pay for, and you saw above, the trade shows, registration, that kind of thing, but we will not pay for your gas and meals to get there and for accommodations. We don't pay for training programs, and if it's research not associated with your program and branding that's not associated with your program. So who can apply? We get this a lot. It takes a minimum of 3 Virginia financial travel partners. You have to have a federal ID. You can be a DMO, private business, nonprofits, nonprofit events, and attractions. Also, each partner must have a minimum commitment of $250, but you can use your existing marketing budget to match that. And a vendor cannot be a partner. We've had that come up quite often, so we put that in there. How can you get involved with us? One, if you're not already doing it, use the Virginia's for Lovers brand. All you have to do is do a logo request on the VATC.org website, our industry website, and I'll show you that in just a second. You can do a request to use our logo. All it does is add value to everything you're doing, but also if you eventually apply for an MLP marketing leverage grant, we require that you put that Virginia's for Lovers brand on there. So I always tell everybody, just get in the habit of doing it. That way you know it's there in case you apply for a grant at some time and want reimbursement for it. Check out the CoOp program. Check out the LoveWorks program. I haven't talked, due to time, I haven't talked a lot about our Virginia Welcome Centers. We have so many opportunities through our Welcome Centers. And I would encourage you to get to know the folks at the Virginia Welcome Centers and learn what all we have to offer. We also have a marketing advertising program. When we get back to advertising and you're ready to do that, that's very affordable. And then apply for the marketing leverage program when it comes back open. And you can actually double dip because you can use everything that you purchase from us also for the marketing leverage program and get reimbursed for it. Also, we have an orientation, and we have it actually this last year. We had to do it online. Wanted to bring it to your attention. If you want to go back and learn all about everything VTC has to offer, we recorded 4 days worth of our orientation. So you can go back and request a login on our website, and you can see right there, vatc.org is where you would visit. You can go on there and request the orientation and watch. If you just want to watch the part about our department, or if you just want to watch it on grants, or you want to watch the part on communications for PR and social media, or maybe just digital marketing, you can just watch sections of it that can help you. Make sure you sign up for our e-newsletter if you haven't done that yet, and then get to know us. And you'll see here, I have put a link to the Industry Response Toolkit that I was showing earlier. We have a Virginia's for Lovers industry Facebook page. If you're not our friend on there and haven't liked that and follow it, make sure you do. We try to put any up-to-date industry news in that. If you're needing a contact, we have our destination development team, which is my counterparts across the state. If you're not in the Southwest area, you can look at your counterpart and see or look at your representative and see who that is. And then also sign up to receive the Virginia Travel Post. And I've put the link for that there. And that is all I have for today. Thank you.
Thanks, Becky. Great job. I will admit that every time you said that family was coming, cold chills went down my spine, so I'm froze to death because that was a scary thing when you said that, that the family's coming. We do have some questions and wanted to address those. One, our friend Cora from Giles County asked, in the past, we've been able to get a listing of our localities on Virginia.org listing. Who's the best contact to reach out to if that is still an option?
Yes, Cora, that is still an option, and you need to reach out to Robin Mamunez. And if you do not have her information, I can share it with you. I bet you do, but I can share it with you if you don't. But Robin still covers all of the listings on Virginia.org, and that's who you need.
And is the Love application still on hold? Emory and Henry College, Leah Prater is interested from the college.
If you're talking about the LoveWorks to do the reimbursement, and no, it is not. And you can apply that. There is funding there available now. So make sure you get your application in. If you'll let me know, Leah, when you apply, I'll make sure your application's where it needs to be.
Christine Webb, she had to leave, but she wanted to know what's the difference between digital and advertising.
Well, there's digital marketing, which has all of your Facebook. It's creating, as I talked about, content development. So we have content that's out there, and you're constantly sharing, whether it's the photos or blogs or information, to keep your area, keep your location, or keep your business top of mind for people when it is safe to come back. Advertising is something you pay for. So the digital marketing, you don't pay for a lot of that unless you're boosting or doing something else behind the scenes. But for the advertising, that's everything that you're spending dollars on and paying for.
Now, what are the top 3 to 5 tips you can offer a tourism business today to prepare for the new COVID culture for travelers? What would be 2 to 5 tips that you could offer them to start today to get ready for the travel season?
Yeah, well, and it's like I talked about earlier, was getting your content ready, making sure that you have things together, making sure you have good photography ready. A lot of things has changed. Making sure you have your videography ready, making sure you have your collateral up to date and have all your printed materials. because when that time comes, you want to have this information ready to go so you can put this stuff on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your website. Or if you want to advertise, you're not having to go back and look and say, I need to find something I can use for advertising or pictures, or I need a video for advertising. You're going to have that stuff ready to go. So work on that now while you have a chance to do that.
Great. And we all have a shortage of time in most cases, whether I own the business or I am a DMO or working in a community, what have you. If I have only time for 2 or 3 social platforms and focusing on the tourism industry, could you recommend what you think people should focus on?
The 2 that we use at Virginia Tourism is we use Facebook and Instagram. We use a number, we use them all, but the 2 that are our main focus, and we do 2 different things with those. For Facebook, it's all, we mainly promote, like we put our blogs on there so people will go on there, look at the blog, connect to it. For Instagram, it's all user generated. And what I mean by that is we look at our visitors out there. They're using our hashtags and creating, hey, I visited, McAfee Falls today, and here's my picture. We only take user generated. So we ask permission to use that, and then we repost it on Instagram. So those are our top 2, and they work together. So that seems to work best for us right now.
Thanks, my friend. As you were presenting today, I was thinking, man, how many years did we travel together and all around Southwest Virginia doing workshops and so forth? I won't say because that would probably age us all, but I want to thank you for your time. And I know it takes a while to put presentation together and for sharing your expertise with our group. And also for everyone that took time out of your busy schedules to participate in today's new knowledge. I thank you. I know that you're going away learning some valuable nuggets that you can use in your business. Now, this, as I stated earlier, this session is being recorded and it will be available on the Virginia Small Business Incubator's Facebook page, and it will also be on our New Knowledge YouTube channel at youtube.com/New Knowledge, and you'll find hundreds of workshops that we've done since 2015 on there, and it's a great on-demand resource for anything if you just need help doing something. I'm sure there's a video that we've done there, and I will also later today be sharing a link that you can watch today's webinar as well as Becky's slides, so everybody will have access to that. Hope you'll make plans to join us on February the 3rd. That is also going to be focused on marketing, and it's marketing in a changing economic landscape. And that will be led by Bill May with Stellar Studios out of Johnson City. So I hope you can join us. And again, Becky, thanks so much. And I hope everybody will stay warm and safe, and look forward to seeing you again. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Sandy. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.